This plant is Scrophularia Marita, late figwort, and it's growing in a wooded area. Right here, there's almost 30 plants in this small little area right here, and pollinators really love this plant. Most people don't think much about this plant. You don't see it in gardens at all. Maybe occasionally some nature planter might have a few of them. Other than that, they're never going to be sold except occasionally by some native plant nurseries. This plant is extremely reliable. I find it's sprinkled around all over the place within miles of here. So it's one that you should really take in consideration if you're doing any kind of restoration work in wooded areas, as you'll have success establishing it. And as far as like choking out any kind of invasives, it'll do a decent job of that as time goes by, just because of the size of it and the density. But really the main thing here is to get the diversity in areas that really is limited. And once it gets like seed laden, it can flop if the stems are not that thick or supportive. But for the most part, most of these are hanging on pretty well. Here's a pretty good sized one. I mean, this one's like 7 feet tall right here. It's big. It's starting to mature. You can see the seeds are browning out a little bit, but completely packed with seeds. There's hundreds of thousands of seeds in these little pods if you collect quite a few of them. So spreading these around in bare areas where you think that they have a good chance of growing should have some reliability as long as the water's there. And this is one I've grown before, so it really does germinate very, very easily. No problem germinating it in pots. So I don't really bother too much planting it outside. I just spread the seeds out all over the place, and it is reliable. So the late figwort, Scrophularia Marita, and if you're looking for something in a woodland setting, this is a good plant to choose from, and you'll have reliability, and you can develop hundreds and hundreds of plants relatively quickly if the site is prepared properly. And then all that really means is as long as it isn't going to be choked out too much.